Hello and welcome. I am Cindershadow, and today we're going to dive into the world of Dragon Ball, and namely some of the voice actors and what is going on with the continuing online stuff of Vic Mignogna and his detractors and his defamers and everyone like that, and how one of the major voice actors, or one of the voice actors from Dragon Ball, has straight out attacked Vara Dark of Dark Titan Enterprises. Okay, well, what's going on here? Well, Dragon Ball voice actor Chris Rager insults YouTuber Vara Dark over her criticisms of Monica Rial and Jamie Marchi's podcast. So, Vara comes out with a video and tweets about this podcast that they're putting together. And the podcast is supposedly about the defamation of Vic Mignogna. Like, seriously, these people made accusations against Vic Mignogna and took it to court. They were dismissed. The accusations went away. Vic then turns around and sues them for defamation, tortious interference. That gets thrown out. So now they think they can go ahead and make a podcast to continue to perpetuate the lie of the case that was thrown out, because defamation is relatively difficult to put together. I wouldn't be surprised if this just continues and perpetuates a new lawsuit for Vic to have something to stand on at this point. All the accusations against Vic have been dropped. They're gone. The accusations are gone. And then they turn around and put this forward. So Vara, the other day, makes a video on this podcast, and this podcast is absolutely ridiculous. The type of story where you're going to say your traumatic experiences were this podcast. Well, I've got the story here from Bounding into Comics, which they've now written on this, and this is going to be a situation where it's going to continue going forward. So what did Vara do? She made the video, she made this tweet. Nothing says I went through the most traumatic experience of my life more than launching a podcast to capitalize on those clicks. Now, I gotta say, I've looked at this website, this In Touch podcast. I don't know if it's a wiki links or whiz links or whatever. You go up here, you scroll down, and you're like, okay, is there anything actually here? So what they're saying is, listen to our adventures in talking publicly about sexually harassed, being harassed online, and talking publicly about it. They were dismissed. They were false allegations. So now you're going to continue, and now you have it all documented in one place for lawyers to sit there and pick it apart. This blows my mind that you guys think this is a good idea. TLDR, we won, they lost, they can never get over it. Now it's our turn to tell the side of the story. No, the defamation was just pushed aside and thrown out of the Dallas courts that it was filed in. And I gotta say, looking at your media coverage here, you have one article. This article comes up from the original from Gizmodo. You have another one of why it failed, but fan rage made it worse. In this article, the vast majority of Mignogna's accusations were dismissed. This goes into how Ty Beard was representing Vic, and he didn't present a strong enough case to show defamation. Well, now Ty Beard probably can come forward and be like, well, they're continuing to perpetuate the lie, and this goes forward. They've got 3 other sites here. Guess where all 3 of these go? These go to the Dallas Morning News. You get it. It comes up. Oh, can I actually? Oh, no, I can't search it. I have to pay to go to it. So it's paywalled to even look at these articles. So the media coverage on this whole thing is ridiculous. They have a podcast, In Touch podcast, and their first episode is, we don't even know Beyonce. What? So this has nothing to do with Vic Mignogna, and you're using his good name, which you guys defamed, to push it forward. This is absolutely ridiculous. Vara Dark should have an apology coming from Chris Rial because of the tweet that he put out there. This is the Monica Rial, Jamie Marchi launch podcast about Vic Mignogna defamation case. This is from them, my understanding, this is the breakdown on the podcast, and this is the main thing, the main card that's going out there for people to talk about. Voice actors Monica and Jamie released the first episode of In Touch podcast, focusing on the 2019 defamation case filed by fellow voice actor Vic Mignogna. Well, you guys did false accusations against them, so yeah, defamation cases happen. But your first episode is about Beyonce. So obviously that whole card is a lie. It's a continuation of the same thing over and over and over again about how you went through this traumatic experience to get against Vic, and Vic has proven this false. It's been proven false. And then you have the most traumatic thing in my life is your hair and your overall capital C-ness. This is for Vara Dark making an opinionated statement about their podcast, how it's come out as a podcast to defame Vic some more. And so she has a legitimate reason to say this, because all of us here, we've been covering this and been watching, and now you sit there and resort to name calling and hating on her hair. Like, come on, don't do this, dude. You gotta sit there and man up a little bit and maybe apologize to Vara for that. Maybe at least just remove your tweet, because this is going to be a perpetuation of the situation just keep going. Really, I don't get it. I don't get it. You want to make a podcast about defaming someone? I don't get it. And then your first episode is about Beyonce. Like that's where we're at now. It just doesn't seem like they're pushing forward something very good. Apparently this was recorded on January 8, 2022. We didn't even know Beyonce, but yeah, it's your favorite misconceptions. I would never watch something like that because it's on Beyonce, but there's people out there that will, because Beyonce is a very big name, and you say her name enough, suddenly all the views will come skyrocketing in, where Vic is not nearly as big as Beyonce. So obviously they're going after the names at this point to try and promote themselves and get to really push forward. I still can't believe the half the stuff there. Yeah, Vic Mignogna's lawsuit failed, but the fans rage make it worse. Yeah, he put the lawsuit there. Once again, defamation is very hard to go forward, especially when the accusations get dismissed. It becomes a lot of money that gets wasted, unfortunately, and this is part of what happens in the court system ultimately. So Vara had a few comments saying there, as I said in my video on the topic on the thread, people do voice their traumatic experience online and think it's perfectly fine, but the first podcast episode, they're laughing and making a big joke. It's really unprofessional, and it really is unprofessional when it gets marketed as a way of telling your side of the story of Vic Mignogna's lawsuit against you for defamation, and then you dropped everything against him for the accusations originally. Like, why would you continue to perpetuate this? Why wouldn't you just go with something new? It looks like you're making something on Beyonce, which is new, but why would that market be out there? Why would you put the marketing out there for this type of thing that it's going to continue and perpetuate a lie? I don't know. It's very strange to me for this to continue on. I think Chris Rager should at least delete the tweet, if not apologize to Vara, probably in a DM. We don't need to see it online, because Mr. Satan from Dragonball has a lot more of a stronger meaner than being mean online. He has he's a better person than someone that's going to sit there and call someone out because their hair color is different and because he thinks they are the C word. Thanks for watching. This is your Proud Canadian Phoenix signing off. Have yourselves a great day, and I will catch you all next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe.